We continue now at the top of Daf Yomi Gemara Meseches Yoma. This is Yoma Daf 39b. The Gemara said in the previous summer there was a Kohen who took not only his portion, but also the portion of his friend, and they called him Ben Chamson ad Yomoso. They called him Chamson, means Rashi says a Gazlan. It means they called him a thief until the day that he died. And the Gemara continues, Amar Rabba bar Rav Shila. Rabba bar Rav Shila says, My Kra. What is the pasuk that indicates that the word Chamson means a thief? The pasuk says there's a pasuk in Tehillim, Elokai palteini mi'ad Rasha, mikaf ma'avil v'chometz. Means that Hashem, you should save me from the Rasha, from the ma'avil v'chometz means, the chometz means the one who's a robber. Rava Amar Mehacha, Rava says from the following we have the source. It says in the pasuk, Limdu heitev dirshu mishpat, ashru chometz. So Rashi says what that means is, ashru chometz hechziku hanigzal. The one who is stolen from, that's the one who you should support, that's the one who you should help. And the Gemara says, Ashru chometz v'al ta'ashru chometz. You help the one who is stolen from, don't help the one who's actually the thief. Rashi says, V'lo chometz, lo shayach hacha. That drush is not really shayach over here in this Gemara. Ela b'Sanhedrin, it's shayach in Sanhedrin. Shalamadnu mikan is kakin l'tovei atchila. The point of the Gemara over there is to say that we first respond to the claimer, the person making the claim first. And the Gemara continues, Tana Rabbanan, the rabbis taught, this is a Tosefta, Osa Shona Shemeis Ba Shimon HaTzadik. In the year that Shimon HaTzadik died, Amar Lahem, he said to them, B'Shona Zu Hu Meis. It's going to be in this year that he dies, meaning himself. This year I'm going to die. Amru Lo, they said to him, Minayin Atayodeya. How do you know that this year you're going to die? Amar Lahem, he said to them, B'Chol Yom HaKippurim, and every Yom Kippurim is daminli zokin echad. I see, when I do the Avod on Yom Kippurim, I see a certain elder, Lavish Levanim, V'atuf Levanim, who's wearing white, and he's wrapped in white. Nichnas imi, he enters with me. V'yatza imi, he exits with me. V'hayom, but today, on this Yom Kippur, Nezdamin li zokin echad Lavish Shechorim, V'atuf Shechorim, it came to me a certain elder who was wearing black, wrapped in black. Nichnas imi, he entered with me. V'lo yatza imi, and he did not exit with me. And the Tosefta continues, Achar haregel cholo shivas yamim v'meis. After the holiday, he was sick for 7 days, and then he died. V'nimnu echav hakohanim milavarich b'shem, and his brethren, the Kohanim, they refrained from saying the bracha with the Shem Hashem. And Rashi over here says, milavarich b'shem, what does it mean the Kohanim didn't make the bracha with the Shem Hashem? Milavarich birchas Kohanim esa'am b'shem hamaforish. Means they didn't use the Shem hamaforish when they did birchas Kohanim. Shelo hayu kedai, they felt they were not worthy enough. And the Gemara continues, Tana Rabbanan, the rabbis taught, Arboim Shana Kodem Churban Habayis, 40 years before the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, Lo haya goral ola biyamin v'lo haya loshen shel zahuris malbin. The lottery would never come up on the right side, meaning the one that was Lashem, and the loshen shel zahuris, the crimson thread, it never turned white. V'lo haya ner ma'aravi dolik, and the western candle would not last, it would not continue to burn beyond the other candles. Vayudalsos ha'hechol niftachos me'alein. And the doors of the Heichel, they opened on their own, at Shagar Bohen Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, until Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai screamed at them. Amar lo Heichel, Heichel, he said, Heichel, Heichel, why are you frightening yourself? Yodeani bach, I know about you, Shasofchas Asid Licharev, that in the future you, the Beis HaMikdash, will be destroyed. Uchvar Nisnabe Alecha Zechariah ben Iddo, and Zechariah ben Iddo already prophesied about you, meaning about you, the Beis HaMikdash. Psach levanon de lasecha levanon, you should open up your doors, v'tochal eish ba'arazecha, and the fire should consume your cedar wood. And Rashi over here explains the idea is, niftachos me'alei and simin lo'oivim lavav v'likones. The doors were opening, that was a sign that the enemies should just come in, they should enter and destroy. Uchvar nisnabe olecha shapsicha zuhi simin l'chorban. He said it's already been prophesied that the opening of your doors is a simon for the Churban, and the idea over here is Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai was saying, why are you opening your doors so early? It's not yet the time for the destruction will come, but now is not yet the time. And the Gemara continues, Amar Rabbi Yitzchak ben Tabloi, Rabbi Yitzchak ben Tabloi says, Lama nikra shemo Levanon, why is the Beis HaMikdash called Levanon? Shemaul ben Avonosei and Shal Yisrael, that it whitens the sins of Klal Yisrael. Amar Rav Zutra bar Tovia, Rav Zutra bar Tovia says, Lama nikra shemo Yar, why is it called a Yar? Dechsib Beis Yar HaLevanon, it calls it Beis Yar HaLevanon. Lomar Loch, to tell you, my Yar Melavlev, just like a forest blossoms, Af Beis HaMikdash Melavlev, so too the Beis HaMikdash blossoms. The Yomar Rav Hoshia, because Rav Hoshia said, B'shah Shabana Shlomo Beis HaMikdash, at the time that Shlomo HaMelech built the Beis HaMikdash, Nata Bo Kalmine Megadim Shel Zav. He planted all kinds of sweet fruit trees made out of gold, Vayumotzian Peiros Bezmaneim, and they would bring forth fruits. The Keban Sharuach Min Hasheves Behen, when the wind would blow, Hayunoshin Peirosein, the Peiros would fall off. Shenemar, like the pasuk says, Yirash Kalavonon Pirio, his fruits will rustle like the Lebanon. Umehen Haisa Parnasa Lakun, and from those fruits there was a support, there was a parnasa for the Kohanim. And when the Ovdei Kochavim, when the idol worshippers entered the Heichal Yavshu, they dried up. Shenemar, like the pasuk says, Uperach Levanon Umlo, the blossom of the Levanon will wither. V'yoser HaKadosh Baruch Hu la'achzir alanu, and in the future HaKadosh Baruch Hu will return it to us. Shenemar, like it says, Paroach Tifrach, it will surely blossom. V'sogel Afkilas Veranin Kvod Halavono Nitan Lo, and you should rejoice and you should shout, and the honor of the Levanon will be given to it, meaning in the future it will once again have that same honor as the Levanon. And the Gemara continues at the two dots, quoting the Mishnah, Nisanan al Shnei Asirim, he puts the lots on the two goats. Tanu Rabbanan, the rabbis taught Eser Pamim 10 times. Mazker Kohen Gadol Hashem Bo Bayom. The Kohen Gadol would mention the Shem Hashem on that day of Yom Kippur. Gimel Bevidoi Rishon, he said it 3 times in the first confession. Ushlosha Bevidoi Sheni, 3 times in the second confession. Ushlosha Besir HaMishtaleach, 3 times by the Sir HaMishtaleach. V'echad Begorolos, and 1 time by the Gorolos by drawing the lotteries. Uchvarama Hashem, and he would say already the name of Hashem. V'nishma kolo b'Yericho, and his voice would be heard as far away as Yericho. Amar Rabba Bar Chana says, Mirushalayim l'Yericho eser parsos. From Yerushalayim to Yericho is a distance of 10 parsos, and even at that long distance, you could still hear the Kohen Gadol. B'tzir delosas ha'hechol nishma b'shmona tchumei Shabbos. Also the hinges of the doors of the Heichal, when they would open the Heichal, it could be heard away 8 tchum Shabbos away from where the Beis HaMikdash was. Izim shabi Yericho, the goats in Yericho, hayu misachos, they would sneeze. Meireach haketoras, just from smelling the ketoras. Noshim shabi Yericho, the women in Yericho, einon tzrichos lehisbase meireach ketoras, they didn't even need to put on perfume because the smell of the ketoras served that purpose. Kala shabi Yerushalayim, einon tzrich leskashet, a kala in Yerushalayim would not need to adorn herself. Meireach ketoras, also from the smell of the ketoras. The idea is the Beis HaMikdash was so powerful, it could be sensed in these various ways from a long distance. And the Gemara continues, Amar Rabbi Yossi ben Dulgoy, Rabbi Yossi ben Dulgoy says, Izim hayu la'ava b'harei Michmor, my father had goats in the mountains of Michmor, v'hayu misachos me'reach ha'ketoras, and they would sneeze from the smell of the ketoras. Amar Rabbi Chia bar Ravin, Amar Rabbi Yoshua ben Karcha, Rabbi Chia bar Ravin says in the name of Rabbi Yoshua ben Karcha, Sach li zaken echad, a certain elder told me, Pa'amachas halachti l'Shilo, one time I went to Shiloh, ve'irachti reach ketoras mi ben kosla, I was able to smell the smell of the ketoras from between the walls of that city. And the Gemara continues, Amar Rabbi Yanai says, Aliyas gorol mitoch kalfi ma'akeves, drawing the lots from the box, that is ma'akev, meaning you have to draw the 2 lots from the lottery box. Hanocha eina ma'akeves, but placing them on the various animals, that's not ma'akev. Rabbi Yochanan, Amar Rabbi Yochanan says, Af aliyah eina ma'akeves, even drawing the lots itself, that's not ma'akev. And the Gemara now explains, Aliba de Rabbi Yehuda, to Amar Dvarim Hanasin bebigdei lovan mibachutz lo ma'akva. According to Rabbi Yehuda, who says anything that you do outside of the Kodesh Kadoshim, in the bigdei lovan, in the linen garments, that's not ma'akev. Kuliyal malo pligi de lo ma'akva. Everyone agrees, according to Rabbi Yehuda, drawing the lots is not going to be ma'akev. Ki pligi aliba de Rabbi Nechemia. The entire machlokus over here between Rabbi Yana and Rabbi Yochanan follows the opinion of Rabbi Nechemia. Man domer ma'akva Rabbi Nechemia. The one who says it's ma'akev, that follows the simple approach of Reb Nechemia. That Reb Nechemia says it's ma'akev even in a situation in the big day lovan mibachutz. Uman damar lo ma'akva, the one who says that in this case it's not ma'akev, hani mili avoda. Those words, meaning that opinion, that position of Reb Nechemia, only applied when you're doing an actual avoda. Hagrola, but drawing the lottery, lav avoda, that's not called an avoda. And the Gemara continues, Ika diamri, there are those who have a different version of understanding this machlokes Rabbi Yana and Rabbi Yochanan. That it's according to Reb Nechemia, who says that anything that's done b'big day lovan mi b'chutz is ma'akev. There, everybody agrees that it's not ma'akev. The drawing of the lots is not going to be ma'akev. Ki pligi, when is there a machlokus between Rabbi Yana and Rabbi Yochanan? Aliva de Rabbi Yehuda. The machlokus is according to the position of Rabbi Yehuda. Man damar lo ma'akva ka Rabbi Yehuda. The one who says that drawing the lots is not ma'akev, that follows the simple approach of Rabbi Yehuda, that if you do an avoda b'big day lovan mi b'chutz, that's not going to be ma'akev. Uman damer ma'akva, the one who says that even Rabbi Yehuda will hold that drawing the lots is ma'akev, shani hacha. That's because over here it's different. By drawing the lots, it's different. Detana beikra, because the pasuk repeats it. Asher ola trei zimni. It says the term asher ola 2 times. And Rashi over here explains, shani hacha detana beikra. It's different by drawing lots because the pasuk repeats the term again of asher ola. Afagav de chuka lava lo kaim la'akev. Even though the word chuka That's not going on this to be ma'akev. That's Rabbi Yehuda's position, that it's not ma'akev based on the word chukah, ma'akva, but it's still going to be ma'akev, this drawing of the lots, sharei shana labakasa, for a different reason, because the Torah repeats it, la'akev, in order to tell you it's ma'akev. When we call Yisera, nafka lo yikuv, it's from the extra pasuk that we learn out that it's ma'akev in this particular case. So the Gemara now says, Meisvei, we have the following question. It says mitzvah lahagril, it's a mitzvah to draw the lots, vim lo higril kosher, but if you don't do it, it's still kosher. So the Gemara says, according to the position that says that according to Rabbi Yehuda, everyone agrees it's not ma'akev. According to that lashon, so hamani Rabbi Yehuda, it's very simple. We can solve this brisa according to everybody. This brisa will follow the position of Rabbi Yehuda. We'll continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Mem Amud Aleph.